name is Janaka Samarasinghe. I'm 41 years old. Yes, you heard it right, 41 years. 41 years young, actually. So when I told my age to my fellow students, so they will laugh at the first day of my class. Maybe some of their parents may younger than me. So at this age, why I wanted to pursue my education into the next level. I believe no one should die with their dreams. So everyone have to have a dream in their life and passion in their life and have to work to achieve those dreams. So when I talk about my background, I started my career in 1999 as a fitness trainer, trainee fitness instructor. So those days, fitness industry is not like recent days. So everyone was asking my parents why he wanted to be like a gym boy. So people used to call fitness trainers as a gym boy because at that time industry has not grown to this level. It was something like people go to the gym, mostly men, young boys go to the gym and lift heavy weights and make their bodies just only like bodybuilding centers. So everyone was questioning my parents why he wanted to choose a career as a gym boy. But my parents believe me about my passion, so they just let me to continue what I wanted to achieve in my life. So currently, when I talking about my background, I studied Bachelor of Science, Sports and Exercise offered by Edinburgh, Napier University, UK. So my background, I was a bodybuilder. So when I was 19, 20 years, I was like competitive bodybuilder. I won a few national level competitions and I was a fitness model. I was appear in so many newspapers and I was a ramp model. So, and then I write my first book in 2003 about bodybuilding and physical fitness. So that was the first ever publication in Sri Lanka. At that time, we didn't have YouTube or Google to search things. So like recent present days, the young guys just go to the Google or just go to the YouTube and just get the workouts and all. I read so much of books, so many books. In my life, I had invested so much of money for books because those days I didn't have any academic qualification. So I read so many books and I wrote first ever publication, first ever book about regarding bodybuilding and physical fitness in Sri Lanka. So then I wrote my second book called Fat to Fit about how to lose weight. And the English translation of my bodybuilding book also published in 2015. And recently I'm writing a book about bodybuilding, gym management, marketing, and project planning. So that's also a new subject to Sri Lanka because we have like 5,000, more than 5,000 gyms in Sri Lanka, but still we don't have proper guidance to how to run a gym. And I was a very popular TV show host about bodybuilding and fitness and nutrition. So up to now, I had presented like 150 shows in Sri Lanka, almost all major channels in Sri Lanka. And I was a public speaker about well-being and nutrition, corporate training sessions. I had conducted a few more, and I was some products. I work as a brand ambassador. So why I chose to study in Singapore? So first thing is, it's very close to Sri Lanka. Within 4 or 5 hours, I can travel to Sri Lanka. Not only Sri Lanka, most of the South Asian countries, within 4 or 5 hours, you can reach Singapore. So that's one of my major concern because my family is in Sri Lanka. So if any urgent, I can just travel a very short period of time. And the other thing is, it's a very easy visa process for Sri Lankans, especially most of the Sri Lankans. The problem is IELTS and the bank balance and everything. So it's easy access, easy visa process. Easily you can get into Singapore as a student. And it's comparing to other countries, the cost is affordable. So like 1/3 of total cost from if you study in Australia or New Zealand or UK or any other country. And I believe and I witness one of the best education system in the world Singapore has. So theoretically and practically, the technological labs and other practical equipments and practical softwares and everything, what they use is the most latest and the up-to-date knowledge. We got all these things. And the facilities at PSB Academy, the main important thing is the PSB Academy, they had the best sports science lab. So that's what we can't get from Sri Lanka. If I studied online course in Sri Lanka, of course, I can get all this theoretical knowledge, but the practical application is the most important part. So what we learn here, the best part is the practicals, especially the PSB Academy Sports Science Lab. It helps us a lot to improve our practical knowledge. And it's centrally located in Southeast Asia. So I'm a frequent traveler. I love to travel. So I got opportunity to travel to Kuching, Malaysia, and JB in Malaysia, and also Batam in Indonesia. And I'm planning to travel Vietnam, Myanmar, and other Southeast Asian countries because I like to travel a lot. And it's centrally located, and it's not much expensive from like traveling from Sri Lanka to other countries. From Singapore, it's cheap to travel other countries in Southeast Asia. And it's very safe country. So even midnight or anytime, so you can just go out and, so it's very safe and vibrant country. And I like the diverse population because you get Chinese people and Malaysians, and most of the students, even my classroom, I met so many students from other countries. So why I choose PSB Academy? So when I wanted to study, so PSB Academy offered a top-up degree, which I can complete within 16 months time. So I had done my diploma and advanced diploma in Sri Lanka. So then I joined for my top-up degree in PSB Academy. So they talk PSB Academy as a future academy of Asia. So I witnessed their facilities and their service. Of course, it's not only a future academy in Asia, it's a world-class standard facilities and education system they offered. And the diverse student base. My roommate is a Korean guy, so we had a lot of fun. We exchanged our culture and our country special things. And I met another Italian guy and some other countries also from India, and so many students we got. So it's a diverse education system is, I think, exchange of ideas from different countries and different perceptions. It helps to improve us more. And their classrooms, it's very technologically advanced and the latest digital classrooms. So also there are other facilities, the sports science labs and other labs, engineering and other labs also, the very good equipped. So why study sports science? So personally, that was my dream to complete my bachelor's degree and maybe master's and then PhD. I want to continue my education. PSB Academy, they offer the pathway programs, as I mentioned before. So you can enter into the top-up degree. So that's maybe the middle-aged or mature student like me. So I don't have time to spend like 3-4 years to complete my bachelor's degree. It was easy pathway. I studied my advanced diploma in Sri Lanka. So then I joined final year. So I already within 16 months, I completed my bachelor's degree. So that was one of the best thing. And they have from certificate to diploma and bachelor's degrees who wanted to start their career from the bottom. So it's better to start with certificate and diploma courses, then continue with bachelor's degree. So their bachelor's degree offered by Edinburgh Napier University, the curriculum was very good. And sometimes we got down UK lecturers, like a block mod, like 2-3 weeks they came here And that study experience was really good with UK lecturers. And they have well-equipped sports science lab. So as I mentioned earlier also, so even from Sri Lanka, I can do online bachelor's degree, but I don't have facilities to do my practical. So their sports science lab, it was well equipped, and we learned so many things. And the theories which we learn, so we applied in practical situation. And their lecturers also very well qualified lecturers, and UK lecturers also. Time to time we got down from UK. So extracurricular activities. The studying is a bit stressful. Maybe everyone knows that. So I frequently travel so many places. And if you think about Singapore, Singapore is a well-developed country, but maybe you imagine it's with a lot of buildings and the MRT lines and the roads. So you only think about the development side. But if you just go with out of the area, so you get like 17 natural reservoirs. So I visited Makrichi Reservoir, Bukit Timah Reservoir, and East Coast and Punggol Water Park. So that was really amazing experience, because while studying this stressful life, so it helps me to calm my moods and to involve with more nature activities. Also, I visited Singapore Zoo and river safari and night safari. That was also very good experience for me. Also Sentosa Island, and I went for the bungee jumping and cable car. So that was also a very good experience in my life. Also the Marina Bay, Garden by the Bay, and Singapore Eye. So those are very famous attractions in Singapore. So, and Duronberg part I visited one time. So all this experience, almost everywhere in Singapore, I experienced the nature and all these development. So sporting activities. So they conduct world-class fitness expos. So I joined for ActiveFit Asia Fitness Expo. That helps me to gain more knowledge and more experience. Also, they conduct world-class marathon events. So my wife, she's an Olympian marathoner. So she came here for running, and she participated Singapore Standard Chartered Singapore Marathon and Oxford Run and straight time runs. So those things we enjoyed very well, and we won some medals also. That's a very interesting thing. Also, they have world-class gym chains. So as a frequently gym goes, so I visited Pure Fitness and Virgin Atlantic, and so it's maybe a bit expensive for students, but they have cheap gyms like ActiveSG, and they have very good facilities also. And also the stadiums. I think in Singapore, so they have 32 stadiums, which if you are an athlete or if you like to do some athletic training, so it's free entrance, so you can join. So my future plans. So I prefer to gain some experience in Singapore, at least to work 1 or 2 years time. So these days, after my studies, I'm looking for some jobs. If I get, I think I may develop my knowledge and experience in Singapore situation. And my long-term plan is to open up my own academy to what I gain, what the knowledge I gain from here, I want to transfer it to my fellow Sri Lankan students. So I want to have some kind of pathway programs, maybe study in 2 years in Sri Lanka, and maybe they can continue their studying in final year at PSB Academy, because I witnessed the latest knowledge and facilities in PSB Academy. So I think most of the Sri Lankan students who cannot afford to go to some other countries, or maybe they wanted to have world-class education in sports science, so maybe they can join PSB Academy for final year. So that's my ultimate goal, to transfer the knowledge and the experience what I gain in Singapore to my fellow Sri Lankan students. Any questions, if someone? My favorite part of this degree. So this degree mainly three subjects. Any sports science bachelor's degree, the three subjects: physiology, psychology, and biomechanics. Also data analysis and research method and anatomy and physiology, everything is there. But three main parts: physiology and psychology and biomechanics. Of course, biomechanics is a bit hard, but I prefer to learn more about biomechanics. Even if I go for my master's degrees or in a specialized degree, I will choose biomechanics because it's a very rare subject I can learn in Sri Lanka. But I think the sports performance, so in a certain limit, you can improve from training and the strength training and the practical training. But the biomechanics help to improve furthermore in performance. So I would like to say the biomechanics is my most favorite part in my degree. Okay, then thanks for listening to me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my student experience. Thank you very much.